I know it'll probably kill me and all, but given the fact that I'm Mario, I kinda want to eat that weird glowy mutant mushroom thing. So tempting. Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother, and welcome back to Let's Play Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. In the last episode, we made it to the Beanbean Castle, but found out that the Queen Bean had been fed some weird tapeworm thing by Cackletta that made her all ripped and evil, and the only cure for it is the Chuckola Reserve, a soda found deep here within the Chucklehuck Woods, which I gotta say, if your soda is so nasty that it kills a tapeworm, you should probably, revise your recipe a little bit. But today, we will be searching for the Chuckola Reserve and continuing here along in these woods. So if you're excited for this episode, please be sure to leave a like on the video down below. I really appreciate it, and it really helps out. With that, let's just get moving. And there are, I have to say, quite a few enemies in this place, so we're probably going to leave this place reasonably well leveled up. And I'm looking forward to that, because Mario and Luigi are looking just a little bit weak right now. Also, there's new, like, forms of puzzles that are kind of coming up here, I believe, in this room. Yes, this is basically the first time that we have to separate the bros, and it's a really, really interesting mechanic. Well, not so much yet, but it will become one as we move onward. As you can see, Mario and Luigi can act independently, and that becomes a bigger thing later on. I gotta make a comment about the music here in Chucklehuck Woods. It does have the whole, woodsy, apparently it doesn't work if Mario is short, he just doesn't even feel Luigi jumping on him. It's got the whole mysterious woodsy thing going on, and that's kind of cool, but it's like a really, really short loop, and given the amount of time that I spent lost in this area as a kid, this music drives me insane. I gotta say, generally, this game has pretty good music, but this track, ooh, it kills me. No matter what you hit me with, you can't knock me down, I think. These guys will become relevant later on, if we choose to make them relevant later on, which I do believe that we will. But moving right along, we come to... Oh, here's an interesting new mechanic. If Luigi gets out in front and you knock him down in the ground, he can jump up in this barrel here, and he'll, spy on you out from under it. Luigi, that's weird, man. Stop looking at me and go do your job. So you stand here, and this dude will shoot a fireball at you. Normally, it'll just burn your booty, but for some reason, a wooden flammable barrel reflects it back, which makes absolutely no sense, but I am not going to question it because we can move on. And with that, we're in one of these really enemy-dense areas where it's kind of hard to avoid all the enemies, so, we're just gonna go this way for now. Off to the right, there really isn't anything important yet. There's some enemies, but it's basically a drop-off point for an area that we get to later, so there's no need to worry about what's over there. It's basically just, it wraps around to the rest of that area, and I'm gonna see if we can't get over here. Ooh, very sneakily. Go, Mario! Yeah, we made it! Also, I have to comment really quick. When you, change the action command or whatever it is to, Mario jumping on the barrel, listen to what he says. I love that so much, man. And then it's a slightly different hoo-hoo-hoo for when they jump off. And you gotta wonder, like, when Charles Martinet is sitting in the booth, what do they tell him? Like, okay, I need a variety of hoo-hoo-hoos in a, very high-pitched Italian voice. So, yeah, make it happen, Charles. Anyway, whoa, I respect this dude's jawline and his masculine chin, but not so much his, face tentacle tendril roots. I am Chuckroot, protector of woods. Ahead is great tree, Mother Chicola. Only some may pass. Some will find all three kinds of Chuckola fruit. White Chuckola fruit. Red Chuckola fruit. Purple Chuckola fruit. Find three types of Chuckola fruit there, then I'll let you pass. Okay, so this is basically going to be the rest of the dungeon here in the Chucklehuck Woods, and I believe we should be able to get it all done, in this episode if we act efficiently and don't get too caught up by a whole bunch of enemies. I do want to fight some, and I'll probably end up fighting a lot off-screen, but, I do want to level up quite a bit. But speaking of Charles Martinet, so, I know it's absolutely not the same thing at all, the fact that, I have to do silly voices here in these Let's Plays or whatever, but today is actually a new recording session from, yesterday, because yesterday I recorded like 5 videos in a row or something like that, and I would have done more than that, because I have been totally into the bulk recording thing lately, and I have totally been, just loving making videos lately, But because there's so many wacky characters in this game, and it's an RPG, so basically talking is half of what you do in a Let's Play, or at least voice acting characters, there's like a lot of raspy voices that I have to do, right? And by the end of that last video, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my voice was like dead and done, and I was coughing up a storm after that video. I did a pretty good job of holding it in during the video, I think, but it was absolutely ridiculous, because immediately after that, I just coughed up like 10 lungs. And honestly, voice acting is a thing that, like, a lot of people say that they want to do, and I would honestly love to try voice acting someday as well. I have absolutely no idea whether I'd have a knack for it or not, but, it's something that I would really like to try, but honestly, there's so much nuance that goes into it, and I have so much respect for people who voice act full-time, because, honestly, sitting in the booth and, tuning yourself into a character and doing exactly what your, like, director or whatever wants you to do, that sounds really, really like it takes an ear for the style, you know? Now let's go ahead and level up BP. We have been neglecting the heck out of BP, dude. But yeah, it really takes a sort of, like, ear for the art, you know? That you can't just have. I mean, there's probably some level of natural talent associated with it, like there is with everything, but generally, it's just something you have to be really, really good at, and I have so much respect for people who voice act.
I am the granddaughter of the great Chuckleroot.
Cute.
This is my room, and may I say, how dare you enter a woman's room uninvited? Well, since you're here, I'll share my secret with you. Have you noticed the spots on the ground that look like this?
Why, yes, I have. I've dug up quite a few, actually.
These are spots where beans lie buried in the ground. If the green one digs beneath the earth, the beans will pop out of the spot on the ground. There are a total of 5 beans hidden here. Find all 5 and I will open the door up ahead.
That's a really weird request. How dare you enter my room? Take my things and I will help you. Jerk. This girl is just too nice for her own good. But, yeah, this is basically teaching us that we can find these chuckle beans in spots on the ground. There are like 10 billion of these across the Beanbean Kingdom. I'm actually not sure of the total number, but we've already passed by a whole ton of them in old dungeons and stuff.
If you find marks like these on the ground, dig immediately. Aren't I cute? I just got some new eyeliner, but good night.
Man, that is one feminine tree stump, I gotta say. Oh man, speaking of voice acting, coming up to an interesting boss battle here. I will save that story for later, actually. Oh my gosh, it's a Wiggler! Look at him wiggling. Let's stomp on him. Yeah, Mario and Luigi, go ahead and kill him for no reason. Why not abuse the natural wildlife? Is there... No, there's no item over here. So, Mario's the only one who can get in here, right? May as well head in there, but... Uh-oh, we've been outsmarted by a worm, because Wiggler is out, and he is not having any of our bowl today, dude. I don't think you can jump to first strike this guy, but can you? No, you can't hammer him either. So, here we are at a mini-boss of the Chucklehuck Woods, which is pretty unique. So Wiggler here is angry that we disturbed his sleep or his snacking or whatever he was doing behind that hedge. Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't really want to know. But, basically what you have to do here is jump on every segment of Wiggler except his head, which is kind of weird. Because, when you jump on him... Oh, boy. Mario, you are not looking too hot right now, dude. But you'll jump on him, right? And if you jump on his head, he will turn angry and all of the segments of his body are going to turn back to red. And you can't hurt him when he's red. Whether you jump on his head or any other portion of his body, it does not matter whatsoever. You're not going to do any damage to him, and it sucks. But if you turn all of his body segments yellow first, then he will calm down. He will look real sad, and I kind of feel bad for him, because what did he do to us, dude? But, smack him in the head, and then he's going to get angry again, and apparently use an earthquake. Wiggler, you're not a Pokemon. Oh, God. But he did just KO Mario, so, let's, use that one-up mushroom. Is this the first one-up mushroom we've used? I honestly can't remember. Probably not. I would be pretty impressed if it were, but I don't think that it is. And man, I'm getting hit by every single attack. All you have to do is just do a normal jump, and you can actually take out, spots on Wheeler's body with a normal jump as well, so I do not know why this is so hard. I recommend, yeah, I recommend taking out spots in the back first, because it's harder to, dodge and land on one of the back spots than it is to land on one of the front spots. So we are going to try to take the back 2 spots out and see if we can't, oh no! I I was gonna say, see if we can't dodge and make it happen to take out these other 2 spots, but that just won't work. Another strategy you can use here is the kind of, like, guns out strategy, where you just let him run into you so you don't have to... Oh god, is that gonna make him mad again? Dang it! I hate that. The smallest attack will just peeve Wiggler off, dude, and you are back to square one. But yeah, you could just let him run into you if you think that's going to be more efficient, because then you won't risk jumping on his head and resetting all of his anger spots or anything like that. So, looks like here we have a marvelous opportunity to jump on him there and finish him off with a bros attack. Oh no! No, wrong thing! No, Luigi! Why? Why? What? Why is he not angry? I thought that'd make him angry again, but you know what? I will take it. Oh, man. Luigi, your aim is off, dude. You need to get glasses or something. Luigi with a pretty handsome in glasses, I gotta say. That nice sleek mustache of his. Maybe if you grew a bit of a goatee, dude. Imagine a hipster Luigi. I think that would be absolutely sexy. But, what do we want here? You know what? HP's looking a little lackluster right now, so let's see what we can get. A 3, I'll take it. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Could have been worse. Oh, no! No, Wiggler! Come back! I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, dude. I'm sorry. Poor Wiggler, man. Honestly, Mario and Luigi are monsters. They will stop at nothing to get what they want. Was I talking about something before this whole fiasco? Oh, it's just a little story from, when I was playing Paper Mario as a kid, another Mario RPG for which I have infinite love. I would always have my dad read the dialogue for me, because I was, like, really young when that game came out. I think it came out in, like, what, like the 90s? And I was born in 1996, so I must have been super, super young when I was playing it. But I would always have my dad read the dialogue for me, right? And I remember in one of the cutscenes where Peach is talking, she's like lamenting about how she wants Mario to come rescue her or something. I'd had my dad read all of Peach's dialogue. For some reason, I thought my dad just kind of looked like a princess, you know? But I would always have him read the dialogue, so we read like 30 Peach lines while he was like doing other work or something. And if he was out of the room, like, I couldn't just read the dialogue myself, couldn't read it out loud, like that wouldn't do. My dad was Peach. So I'd go and get him every single time that I had a line of dialogue to read. I'd be like, Dad, come read the line. And at first he was like, okay, I'll do it. But then eventually he was like, God, fine. And after a time, it came to a line where Peach said, Mario, where are you? That was it. 4 words. 4 words, and I did not have the, like, patience or drive to read it myself. So I was like, Dad, come read this line. He was like, it's 4 words, just read it yourself. I'm busy here. I was like, Dad, please, please, please. And I was just bothering him. And after a while, he was like, ugh, fine, Mario, where are you? And it was so, like, aggressive and, like, angry and not Princess Peach at all. But I was still so happy that he did it for me. And I was like, thank you, Dad. Oh, man. For some reason, that memory just sticks out in my head as, like, a really good memory. I have a lot of good memories associated with games, honestly, and I'm sure you guys do too, if you've been playing them since you were young. Like, a lot of people say, oh, get outside, whatever, make your memories there, and yeah, I agree, that is really, really important, and you gotta take advantage of all that stuff, but it's not like video games can't be memories too. Like, video games are some of my best memories. Purple Chicola Cave. Oh yeah, here's another fruit coming up, and I don't believe there's a lot of enemies in here, so that's nice. But, video games are a lot of my best memories, and honestly, they helped make me the person that I am today. I always said when I was younger, that Animal Crossing was pretty much the source of most of my vocabulary when I was a kid, which is, like, really weird, because it's not an educational game or anything like that, right? But it is pretty much all text and, like, interactions with the villagers and stuff like that. And I was always told that I had a really big vocabulary as a kid, and I would read quite a bit, and reading's important, but I read a lot in Animal Crossing too, and I paid a whole lot of attention to Animal Crossing. So, I still believe that video games sort of helped me develop into the kind of person that I am today, you know? And if you guys have any stories like that, I would definitely like to hear them, because, like, there's just so much about my childhood that would have been so different if I didn't have video games around. And honestly, it's kind of weird, because the only reason I am, like, into video games at all is because one day, my parents could not afford video game systems when I was younger. they never had, like, a whole lot of money to go around or anything, and Nintendo 64s used to be, like, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, believe it or not. So, they couldn't afford anything. But one day, my dad just entered a random raffle for, like, $1, in which you could win, like, a Nintendo 64, a jet ski, a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm sure my parents were really gunning for the jet ski, honestly. But, we ended up winning a Nintendo 64 with Mario 64 when I was like 3 years old, and my parents were like, oh, well, okay, what are we going to do with this? Because neither of them cared about video games, like, it wasn't that big of a deal to them. So they were like, well, I guess this is Brian's now, and I was 3 years old playing Mario 64 and probably dying on the very first level, but just because of that random chance happening, I played Mario 64, I fell in love with the Mario series, I fell in love with video games, played them all my life ever since, on and off with different, like, phases, you know, as I was growing up into a mature adult, and eventually I found out, sorry, I found out that I am the third Mario brother, and here we are today. And there's a quaint little story for you guys. I don't know, man. It's just always so cool, because everybody has different experiences with video games, right? And it's just so cool finding out what they mean to different people. But before I go on that tirade anymore, I should talk about, this is really the first example of having that bros, like, they have to be separate. Like, here, Luigi and Mario are going down two different paths, and they kind of aid each other. And I don't know, I just really, really like this concept. So, what we have to do here is switch over to Luigi, and we see that there's no switch here, so we have to switch back to Mario, and go use that other ability that we so love, which pounds our brother into the ground. There is a lot of brotherly abuse going on in this episode. I am sorry, everybody. But Luigi's just, you know, take him off, and he can be a pretty dangerous dude. Like, you would never expect it looking at him. He smells like linguine, looks like a wet pasta noodle, but he's got some ferocity in him. So, I like to get my menu options moving while I'm actually walking at this part, because otherwise you can run a bit short on time. Bleh. But there we go, we got the white Chuckola Fruit. We're gonna smack that button. Basically what that does is, if you run out of time, it opens this gate for a second so you can get back out. But, yeah. That does it for all three of the Chicola Fruits, and we got those fairly efficiently, actually, which makes me just a little bit, it makes me pity my childhood self, because I spent so much time in this place when I was young. I know I keep saying that, but I cannot reiterate how long I was lost in the Chucklehuck Woods. Because, like, alright, here's a map, right? It's not that maze-like, but, like, there's entrances that are really close to one another, like in this square on the left here, there's two entrances that are right next to each other, and I just got lost for so long. Plus the fact that there's so many enemies here, it's absolutely ridiculous. But, let's go ahead and give this dude the fruit that he so desires. You found all three Chuckola fruit types. I am amazed. Very well, you pass. Very well, go. He's like a proud father, man. Go be proud of your daughter. She's like buried underground right now. Isn't that kind of dangerous? Yes, oh yes, the path is open. Whoa, Bowser is turning up right now, dude. Chill out.
We were stuck and couldn't get past here, see? Hiding here and waiting for a couple of schmoes was brilliant. Alright, rookie, let's not waste any more time. We're golden, see?
Man, I love Poppin. Mary Poppins, that's what I'm gonna call him. Popple, that's his name, right? I love him, I love the way he talks. He's hilarious and adorable. But, if we come up here... Also, I think this guy just died. Well, rest in peace. I will remember you as the dude who really wanted to be the Great Deku Tree. But up here, we see that we've got coins, we've got items, we've got more items over here on the side. And so that means that we have... Well, I won't spoil it, but I'm sure you guys can guess what that means we have coming up. This is going to be the end of this episode of Let's Play Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, though. I would like to thank you all very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like on the video down below. And next time, in this very dimly, dramatically lit hallway, we will see what's up ahead, and we will take the Chuckola Reserve for ourselves, because we are at the end of the dungeon here. Thanks once again for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys then.